Hello everyone and welcome to this month's Pokemon Movie Club. Today we're going to be talking about Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea. I always go to say Manaphy's name there because I feel like Manaphy's name should be in there. But in Japan,
it's called Pokemon Ranger and the Prince of the Sea, Manaphy.
Oh, I've forgotten my V-Pet, my Manaphy egg.
Too bad.
I should have showed that. I've got a virtual Manaphy egg pet that tied in with the show. I really want to show that. Oh well. And see, Toby's got a Manaphy and an egg. I got a Manaphy plush as well. I was really unprepared for today's show. I was going to show the Manaphy plush.
Oh well.
We should start this again.
No.
So Manaphy film then. To kick things off, Joe, do what you do. That's just a lot of Japanese on your page there. You got an English version of that you want to read?
Advanced Generation. No. Okay.
No. All right. So when did this come out?
It came out
Joe?
on July 15th, 2006. That was just 2 months before Diamond and Pearl came out.
2006. So that's just like 13 years old this year.
Yeah.
Just turned 13 years old. Because obviously July, this is the month of Pokemon movies where like most Pokemon movies come out in Japan. And it's called Manaphy.
Pokemon Ranger and the Prince of the Sea, Manaphy.
Yeah. See, that would have been a nice name here as well. So what is the general story then, Joe? Like, what's the back of the DVD box, which we don't have? I should probably mention at this point, can't get it on DVD here in the UK, licensing reasons, but you can get it on Amazon, iTunes and Google Play. And just before we started recording this episode a few hours ago, it is currently on Pokemon TV. So if you're watching in the month of July, maybe August 2019, this film should be available for free still on Pokemon's website. So free is a good price. Go and check it out if you haven't already, because we will be talking. This may spoil it for you if you haven't seen the film. So come back and watch this because this will be on YouTube. So come back and watch this when you've seen the film. But if spoilers don't bother you, keep going. So yeah, Joe, take it away.
There's a legend out there about a sea temple created by the people of the water, where the sea crown is kept. No one has ever seen this sea crown, and very few people even know the story of the temple, except a few members of the people of the water who wander through the Pokemon world. That all changes when a Pokemon Ranger named Jackie rescues a Manaphy egg from a greedy pirate named Phantom. Phantom is absolutely determined to snatch the sea crown, and he'll need Manaphy to get to it. To stay one step ahead, Jackie will need to enlist the help of the people of the water. A chance encounter with the people of the water puts Ash, May and friends right in the thick of the action, and May forms a very special bond with the mythical Manaphy, even as the spectre of Phantom hovers ever closer. Together, they must find the Sea Temple before Phantom does, unlocking the secret that connects Manaphy and the Sea Temple. Wow. That summary was boring.
Yeah, it actually was. Yeah. Also, I thought it was called Jack, not Jackie.
He's called Jackie.
Oh.
Spoiler question. What was the secret that links Manaphy with the temple? Because I watched the film and I still don't know.
Yeah.
Water. Oh, water. All right, 7.8 out of 10. Too much water.
Too much water. Yeah, no, that might be generous.
Little anecdote.
You want to start off then?
About this movie, a little bit, because I mentioned last time in the movie podcast that there was something about this film. This film is pretty much the end of my tenure of being a kid and watching the Pokemon anime. This film was the moment that I stopped watching Pokemon because there are certain scenes in it with May developing her special weird bond with Manaphy where she's like, "Can you say I love you?" And my dad walked in the room while I was watching that, and he knew that I liked Pokemon. And yeah, my dad's a pretty liberally minded person, but the amount of shame and disappointment I felt in him in that moment, I can still feel it. I still feel the cringe. And that was the point when I just stopped watching Pokemon
How old would you
out of,
have
like,
been
fear.
like
that
at that
was
point? So 2006.
13 years ago, I was 12, I guess.
It
And-
was 12 years ago here.
Oh, 12 years. Oh, yeah, it's 13? 13 sounds
Yeah.
about right. 13, 14. When I first watched it, I was 13, 14. They were playing this film, the Lucario film, and actually the Darkrai film were all kind of on Cartoon Network around
Yeah.
about the same time. And so I was watching those films. So it was, I think it was probably about a year after release. But yeah, this was about the time when I stopped watching, and watching those scenes again. I mean, I get it. It's weird. It's a weird thing. But I'll let you continue. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Probably same actually. I think it was a weird time for Pokemon in the UK around then as well. I feel like the Diamond and Pearl anime, it wasn't on terrestrial TV, not as accessible. I feel like Cartoon Network might have been the only place really showing it, but that was definitely the time I kind of drifted away from the anime as well. I'm guessing because it wasn't as easily viewable. Where does this fit in with?
It fits
Would it be
in
an advanced battle?
right at the end of a battle frontier. It fits in. If I just scroll. Right after Ashcore Apom, just before the battle pyramid.
They actually make jokes about its placement in the timeline twice in the
Yes,
film.
I've got that written down as well because
It's great.
at this point, because that was where the point was in the anime. What did we know regarding Pokemon Ranger and Diamond and Pearl?
Right, well,
at the
Pokemon
time?
Ranger had come out in March of 2006.
So the game had already been
yes, it was basically due to the delay that Pokemon Diamond and Pearl had in early 2005, pushing it back to late 2006 rather than late 2005. They filled the gap with things like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Ranger, and Pokemon Trozy, or Link as it's called here. And they decided to push Pokemon Ranger a bit further than the rest of them.
And Ranger had a crossover event with Gen 4 with the Manaphy egg. It had
Yes.
a special
In
event.
in Japan, you could only get the egg by going to see this movie.
And in this country, you went to Game and you got a little chocolate Pokeball, which I still have and haven't eaten. Don't want to open that tin foil, but it's still in the little
really
box
wanna,
and everything.
Yeah.
And what makes this Manaphy event on Pokemon Ranger a little bit different is when you've done the event and received your Manaphy egg, that cartridge, you can't just restart the game save. That cartridge cannot receive the Manaphy event again. So that's pretty big.
It's a fascinating, and it caused a lot of mystery around Manaphy, and I mean there were more mysteries that then became uncovered once Diamond and Pearl actually came out with Fiona and that kind of thing. But even at the time, Manaphy was, I think, seen as quite an exciting like Pokemon. At the time, before we knew about like Shaman and Arceus and all that stuff, I think people thought, yeah, Manaphy is this generation's, Jirachi, Celebi, Mew. This is this.
The mythical.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did get another Manaphy event in the next Ranger game.
In both
as
of
well.
the following ones, yeah.
Was it the same case with a one-time only deal with those? No.
They were online distributions.
Online
so
distributions.
kind of
You
it was
actually-
one time, but
You can't get those anymore.
No.
You
Like,
can't get
those
them
are-
anymore, but
Yeah.
yeah. So we're on the run up to Diamond and Pearl. Do we see any new Pokemon, as new Pokemon like to be viewed?
Of course we
in
do.
film
We
for the
see
first time?
Manaphy.
Four.
We see Mantike. We see Buizel. And we see Chatot. And also Mime Jr. with Team Rocket. And Munchlax with...
We saw Mime Jr. in the last.
Yes, but
but we still haven't really had Gen 4 at that point.
Yeah.
So, that's 2 films that we had introducing
yeah.
Gen 4 Pokemon.
No, 3.
3.
Munchlax was in Destiny Deoxys. And then Lucario and the Mystery of Mew had Lucario, Mime Jr., Bonsly, and Weavile.
God, because I thought Munchlax was in the last one. So yeah, 3.
Munchlax was in the last one.
So Munchlax has been in the last 2.
Let's
before
just
this
double
one.
check.
So that's 3 film lead up. That's 3 years lead up of a new generation. That's crazy when you think about it. And because also Munchlax and Bonsley were in Pokemon Coliseum.
Munchlax wasn't in this movie. May never actually sent it out.
No, yeah. But it was in the previous 2.
Yeah.
It was in.
So that's mad. That's 3 years of dragging out a new generation. That would not happen now, really.
That was terrible.
That's really mad now that I think
you say
about
that,
it.
but weirdly, it's in memory, and maybe it's just because I was the right age. It's one of my favorite times of Pokemon. So a lot going on.
There was nothing going on.
Honestly, I feel. I mean, this is definitely a topic for another day. Honestly, I feel like that's where Pokemon was kind of maybe getting at its lowest in terms of people growing up. Like, I was 16, 17. Like, people that were there at the start, 9-year-old, were now 16, 17, were not playing Pokemon anymore. We're at college. And it was the time people were drifting off.
It's
going
weird
to the
me
DS.
You say 16, 17, but you're talking about Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
I am literally like my generation.
Joe was older.
Don't even.
Joe was in his 20s. Sorry. So yeah. Anyway, that's definitely something we should talk about another day. So, the story. You have pirates, the guy on the screen, that find the Manaphy egg, and then one of their crew turns out was an undercover spy and took the Manaphy egg to take it to safety, and we see a lot of CG at the start of the film, as per usual with a Pokemon film. Gotta go right in with the CG if they're gonna do it. And at this point, it kind of worked. It was like CG aeroplanes and stuff.
I think they did a CG Rayquaza. It wasn't good.
Not in this film.
No, not this one. Never mind. Ignore me. There was Rayquaza though. With there was like in that opening, the Wonderful World of Pokemon.
Oh,
there were four cameo appearances. Chris.
No, it's Marina.
Marina from Pokemon Chronicles, and
I've got that written down.
She's got the exact same team plus Lugia, which is pretty nuts. There was also from Pokemon Chronicles, standing outside Rayquaza, they had like captured Rayquaza, was Attila and Hun, also from Pokemon Chronicles.
Yeah.
There was the Pokemon Ranger Celine from. Is it Celine? Is that her
Soledad?
Name? Is it the lady? The lady, is it Soledad, is it? Who's like the main Pokemon Ranger. And then there was Brandon, the character from Ruby and Sapphire, right? The main dude.
And he was battling one of the characters from the Deoxys movie, for one who had Metagross, but in this she has a Tyranitar.
Oh, I hadn't realised that. Okay, that makes sense. That's cool.
Check me in, my brain knowledge.
There you go. Those are the 4 cool things I have about the film, and then I just have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 10 plot points on why the film is dumb.
Yeah, that's literally what I've got. So, long story short, this undercover like Pokemon Ranger takes a Manaphy egg away from the pirates. They don't call them pirates, but let's face it, they're pirates. I was a bit thrown off with CGI at one point because in a plane there was a very CGI person. There was a person that was like 3D, and that kind of threw me a bit. The back and forth with the Pokemon Ranger HQ on his little thing was a bit flirty and awkward. I found
interesting, yeah.
That I just
Well, he's like a real he's
a bit of a lad, isn't he?
Super cool lad. Yeah. He's like Han Solo. I don't know, but
And then you see Ash and crew like wandering through, and like they need water, they're thirsty, and just their luck, they find
the people of the water.
The people of the water, which, you know, if they need water, why can't they just use their water Pokemon to refill their water bottle, and then they have water? I don't understand that at all. If you got a water Pokemon, surely being in the middle of nowhere, being thirsty, wouldn't ever be a problem. But, you know. Then you find people of the water who make, using water Pokemon and psychic Pokemon like shapes and stuff and do a whole water show
kinda
in the
cool.
air,
That's
which
kinda-
I've got written down here. Clever show idea. I thought that was really different. So they tag along with them. They see Manaphy's egg in a bunk bed being protected by Weasel, and turns out one of the clowns in the show is the Pokemon Ranger, which we find out is called Jackie apparently, but I've got Jack.
It's both.
Tomato, tomato. And then like the pirates come back again to try and take the Manaphy egg because they want Manaphy. Which is pretty much
The plot.
it. And
The egg hatches and things get weird.
the egg
May-
hatches in May's hands. So you know what happens when animals hatch? The first thing they see is mom. And that's just nature, isn't it? That's just animals.
No. Pokemon have. This is one of my 10 points. Pokemon have hatched from eggs in the franchise before. I mean, okay. I guess
Togepi, Noibat,
kinda-
Larvitar.
Sure. Okay, and maybe with Togepi, that is how it saw Misty. But when I'm hatching Pokemon in the games, they know they shouldn't think mum. They shouldn't think parent. They should trainer. Not. It's weird. I don't like it.
But that's what happens. Like animals, like they don't know that the first thing they see is not mum.
I don't know if that's how it works.
That's-
Pokemon.
that-
Pokemon are intelligent.
So
I
are
don't know.
animals.
I was not okay with the fact that they didn't make Manaphy a Pokemon so much and just made it a baby.
That could
Like,
talk.
They're just chauffeuring around a baby that can talk and put people's brains. It didn't
Its
work
hot.
for me.
Its voice was very high.
Wait, when did it talk?
Happy,
Happy.
Oh, no, I wish it had used telepathy. They do it in every other movie.
But it'd still be really high pitched though. It was almost painfully high. I get it's cutesy and mythical, but so yeah, we see Beedrill, which don't say Beedrill, and Joe thinks they say their Japanese name instead. They definitely don't say Beedrill. I know mine might have been one of those Pokemon that don't say their names, but I'm pretty sure Beedrill is one that do, and they don't
Did
say
you know that
Beedrill.
Ash's Charizard says its Japanese name? It doesn't just roar.
Really? I did not
Wait,
know
what's
that.
Ash's Charizard.
Yeah, he goes Rorzard. It's like a.
No, it's more Lizardon.
Oh.
So they try and find the temple. They're like so interested in Manaphy because Manaphy can find this temple of the sea, and there's like a treasure in there or something. It switches. Like, I don't know why they made a big deal out of its heart swap thing. Like at the start of the
They're
film,
promoting a new move
Jesse
for
and
Pokemon's Diamond
James
and Pearl.
and Meowth, their voices all swapped. And
Oh,
later,
Their
yeah.
on,
consciousness
later on in
is
the film,
swapped. Not their voices, their
Oh,
consciousness
their
is swapped.
consciousness. And the same happened with Jackie and Ash again later in the film. It's like, oh, that's Manaphy's heart swap. It didn't
Which
mean anything.
Rule of three.
wasn't
If you're
really-
structuring a movie, cool. We had introduction, we had middle stage as a
Yeah.
joke. Surely, whatever the big problem is at the end, you solve it with that somehow cleverly.
Yeah, but no, it never came into it. I do have written down here telepathy. What was telepathy in this film?
There was nothing that was telepathic.
No.
Maybe that.
But as Toby said earlier, there were little nods to Diamond and Pearl twice in this at the
Those
start.
were only in the dub.
And those were only in the dub, apparently.
They were
At the
very
beginning,
good jokes.
Jesse and James, I can't remember their exact quote, said, blah, 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 Diamond and Pearl. Meow said, oh, we could make a game out of that.
Those would be good names for a game.
Yes, that would be
Yeah.
good names for a game. And then later on, Diamond and Pearls and Meowth, let's get through this season first.
Beautiful, beautiful. That is my favorite thing about Team Rocket, and I wish they did that with
They
Team
just
Rocket
break
more.
the wall all the
They
time.
break the fourth wall, especially
Yeah.
in the movie. Like I love the bit in the movie 3 where they're swimming along and he goes, "I got a question. It's probably good I don't ask. Do you think we'll get a better part in the next movie?" Like I love that stuff. That is Team Rocket at its finest.
Yeah, they did have an alright part in this one. They're not always that well implemented in the films, but actually I don't think this, other than the Diamond and Pearl jokes, what else did they really do in this film?
They told Phantom where the egg was.
Oh yeah, and they tried teaming up with the pirates, didn't they?
With the Phantom. Yeah.
Oh, is that his name? That
Phantom, yeah.
Yeah, right. Look at him on the screen now. His style of anime, I don't think it really fits. He looks kind of out of place in a way.
I don't know.
Like, he looks like he belongs in a different anime. He looks odd.
I don't feel that, but fair enough.
Do you know what I mean?
Nah.
Okay.
My biggest gripe with that was simply that you're in the Hoenn arc still. Just make them an offshoot renegade group
Team
of Team
Aqua.
Aqua.
Would have been easy, wouldn't it?
Why are they not?
They could have just been Team Aqua, but no, I guess they just wanted to be like, look, Pokemon Ranger.
You would, because the thing is, in like 2 movies ago, you had a Team Magma Grunt who was like an ex-Team Magma scientist, right? With the Drachi movie. What? Kyogre's in the film.
That was
For no
ridiculous. Like just Kyogre just appear. Random Kyogre is actually on my notes here.
Yeah, I got Kyogre Ex Machina right here. Kyogre shows up. Oh, because the temple starts flooding, right?
Yeah,
so
temple starts flooding.
Pirate shows up and takes out the gem out of the pedestal, and that means the temple's gonna flood. So Ash is like, I'm gonna put that back, and he does, and then it stops flooding, and everyone's like, oh my goodness, is Ash gonna drown? And then
Of course
he goes Super Saiyan.
Yeah, that's literally my last note. Super Ash.
He goes supersonic, and he glows golden.
And he's controlling it and chasing after Phantom with it. It's like, why? How?
And it's Manaphy's power doing that, isn't it? And then
Is it?
From what I can remember, because I haven't seen.
I didn't know if it was Manaphy's power or the temple's power.
And then, like the rest of them at the end as well, that weren't even there.
Because they say something weird about like, oh, he who should wears the crown will have the power of the temple of the sea or some nonsense like that. I don't know. Like, is he the king of the ocean now?
Ash is special in every way. He's the rainbow hero.
Although it was May this time, right?
No, it was meant to be May and Jackie, but despite that,
Ash
they get pushed to the
credit.
sideline and Ash does the heroic stuff.
Which, by the way, I'm confused about the physics of Pokemon. 2 more dumb things I've got here. Number 1, Jackie has the ability to literally defy gravity. When he first shows up and he takes the egg, he jumps up and runs around the wall. But he doesn't just run on a wall that's at an angle and kind of use momentum to keep him going like he's parkouring. He literally vertically runs around a wall and on its side, and gravity just doesn't affect him. And then with Ash, later on underwater, I don't know if they just forgot or whether Pokemon Chronicles got it wrong, but people can breathe underwater in Pokemon. In Pokemon Chronicles, Misty just breathes underwater. She has full-on conversations with her Gyarados underwater, unimpeded, and I don't know why Ash
and then
doesn't
when
get
they
this
go
special
diving and they
power,
got the
or
stupid little things in their mouth, it's like they would not work. There's
Yeah.
just little metal things and bubbles come out the side. It's like, how is that actual breathing apparatus? That just wouldn't work.
weird.
I don't. Yeah, we've
at
pretty.
the end,
Yeah.
well, bad guy gets stopped, right? Sorry to keep going with this, but it's the physics of it all. It boggles my mind. The pirate gets, his spine gets crushed. He's dead. I know he's in the post credits in jail or whatever, but he's dead. He got crushed like a little beetle.
I think I remember saying that to you, so I was like, that would have killed him.
He's really
Like,
dead.
but not in Pokemon. Like that thing
Not
in
in
his
Pokemon.
mouth, that would not work. How does that work? It just
Yeah, I
wouldn't.
don't know.
It just wouldn't.
There are two types of men in this world. Those that can defy physics and those who cannot. And he is one that can defy physics. That common catchphrase he uses.
I love Chattot. I do remember around the time that this came out, might have been a year or two after, there were little, you know those keyring machines, you put £1 in, you get, like, random... I had the whole set of
Me too,
Manta. I've actually got the Chattot one on a necklace, because I got
That's
a
cool.
spare one. I made it. So, like, there you go, Ash hugging Manaphy, like, supering around the air, which makes no sense! Like... He put the jewel back. Why did he get like?
Because the plot didn't want him to drown, which again he wouldn't have. Because
And when he
people
put
can be in the water.
who did he put in the, like, tin tub tube thing to stop drowning? There would
Okay.
not have been much
May
air in
and
there.
Pikachu.
May and Pikachu.
he
wouldn't
puts
it?
May, Pikachu, and Manaphy. Manaphy can swim.
Yeah,
B when
Manaphy
he's
would have been
doing
able to
that-
help Ash.
When he's doing that, yeah, Manaphy could have helped. Where's his corpse fish at? And thirdly, I couldn't help, and I felt this every time I watched it, when they encase May and Pikachu in that coffin underwater,
Yeah,
it's the most terrifying, claustrophobic thing. If someone said, look, the water's rising, the only way you're going to live is to get into that small container with two other beings,
probably about an hour
get
of
in
there.
there, and don't worry, I'll fix it. And you watch the water rise from above you,
You have a panic attack.
I'd be horrified. May, yeah, she should be having a panic attack.
Yeah, Matt, I'll be honest,
Terrifying.
we've literally gone through all of
Yeah.
the notes I've had, because
I've same. I have one other note, but
I want to know why I put telepathy though. But yeah, the whole random Kyogre in it, I
It's
don't...
because they had to show Kyogre in a movie, I guess.
Had we not seen Kyogre before? here?
Not in the anime, yes. In the movies, no.
Oh.
oh, was this the first movie with a new voice cast?
Yes,
Yes,
it was.
the first one.
Ah,
You
that's
can
cool, that's
tell.
cool. Yeah.
This is
I'd
before
actually-
they kind of got into the roles.
Right. Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
think
no,
they
it
sounded
was-
too bad though.
Brock and Ash sounded a bit rough.
Was this Ash the first Sarah?
It was the first Sarah one.
Sarah.
Yeah, because she's been doing it.
Lassichelli?
Yeah, she's been doing it actually longer than Veronica Taylor ever did it now, and she still is.
Yeah.
She's still Ash now. She liked one of my Instagram posts once.
Yeah,
Anyway.
alright. Settle down.
Well, that was exciting. Can't even remember what it was though now.
Ooh, she also played Chansey in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Fun fact.
Really?
I'm just going through her IMDb right now because I'm on IMDb looking for user reviews for the film. I have one other note written down, which is just the line. It's a bit of banter between Jackie and the Phantom when he's stealing the egg. He goes, "I'll lend you my dictionary," and the Phantom's like, "Keep it." And I just thought that was a really weird back and forth to have. I like that he's like, I don't know, shaming him for like a bad joke. "I'll lend you my dictionary. Keep it." Well, don't respond to him. It's a really bad joke. Just look confused.
The girl that he was speaking to at the start of the film said something about a dictionary as well, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, don't know.
Because
Maybe
I remember I spoke to you about that because
Yeah.
I was watching it again before recording this. Because I remember saying something about a dictionary. So that I swear that's something else.
It's a running thing in this movie.
Maybe.
Learning words.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Overall,
At best.
like it definitely run this. We have gone through every single point pretty
This
quickly,
was-
but there's not a lot to say about this film really. It's a case of pirates going after Egg, Manaphy, Pokemon Ranger tries to protect Manaphy, and there's the pirates don't quit trying to get Manaphy. And there's a Temple of the Sea for some reason.
This movie is clearly the result of what happens when you delay a main series game.
Oh.
You gotta wonder though, like, what would have happened?
It would have
you
been
know,
a
if-
Darkrai movie, but it wouldn't have been the Darkrai movie.
Oh, the Darkrai movie. Woohoo! Looking forward to next month. Yeah, because, you know, Pokemon Ranger, who made that?
It was made by How?
So, we had that, and who did Mystery Dungeon?
Chunsoft.
We would have had them anyway.
Would we, though?
Well, yeah. They would have
Maybe
been in
Dungeon,
development
but
anyway.
I'm not so sure about Ranger. Because Ranger was a bit rough around the edges, and they fixed most of the problems with
In the
it in the second and
sequels.
third ones.
Yeah, I did struggle with the first one. And I hate to say it, but young Marty did use some external means to finish that game because I was struggling.
Which game? Ranger?
I did some things I'm ashamed of. Yeah.
Was this Pokemon Ranger?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
the thing
no.
is, as well, I was so close to the end of the game,
It's
and I
really
didn't
fun.
realise.
Was
It's
it the
actually a
Charizard
really
or the
fun
Steelix?
replay.
I can't remember. It was like 16 years ago.
If you have the chance to go back, it's a really fun replay. I played it last year, so I could do the Manaphy event. I was lucky to come across a copy that had it. And yeah, that Steelix is particularly hard, and the final boss battle is also quite hard. But no, it's a really fun, short little side game that I mean, if someone were to sit down and play it for like a day, they could complete it easily within, 1, 2, or 3 sittings if they wanted to. And I would recommend it to people. It's fun.
Basically,
Still
this
kinda
film
holds up.
doesn't do the games justice as like a shoe-in
No.
anime because we do see Pokemon Rangers in the anime
Both before this and after
before this and after this.
Who's before
And
this
I
one?
remember thinking those episodes weren't bad.
What was that?
Who were the Pokemon Rangers before this one?
It was Solana, or Soledad in Japanese, who was in
Right,
the
with
Celebi one.
Deoxys.
And,
Celebi.
and then again with Deoxys, and then it's the main character from the second one who appears in the Riolu episode.
Because the Deoxys thing makes sense because in the second or
Third one.
in the third.
Yeah, but this was 6 years before that.
Yeah, I was gonna say actually that was quite
4
long.
years before
That
that.
was
4 years.
quite a bit before, wasn't it? Because that was one of the only ways you could get Deoxys as well for quite a while, was the third Pokemon Ranger, but you needed other people to get it. And I was begging everyone. I didn't have any friends really that played Pokemon at this time. And I remember I was trying to
You do
beg
now.
other people to buy Pokemon Ranger so we could all do the Deoxys mission so I could actually get one. Because before that, it had only been distributed once in a really obscure way in the UK. So that's another thing I remember about Pokemon Ranger. But the games are good. Don't see the representation of Pokemon Ranger in this film and think that's it. Yeah, you saw them capture on like 2 Pokemon, I think he captured.
Ooh, in the post credits, he does it on a Zapdos.
I can't even remember the post credits. We saw it a few weeks ago. Usually I'd be more refreshed than this.
It's been a busy and stressful
It's
few
been
weeks.
a busy few weeks. But now I do actually kind of want to play Temple of the Sea again. Play Pokemon Ranger again. I don't want to watch Temple of the Sea again. Actually, I think this is probably my least favourite Pokemon movie.
Yeah, I concur.
Of the ones we've seen so far, I mean, maybe something else in the last few will take that spot, but you watch it once to say you've seen it. Honestly, no biggie that this one's not ever been released on DVD in this country, because once you've seen it, you're not really rushing. I mean, don't get me wrong. See, that's just it. I love Manaphy as well. It's one of my favourite mythicals. I've got a plush over there on the shelf. I've got a little digital Tomy virtual pet Manaphy egg. I love Manaphy, but I don't think this film really worked very well. And like you say, Joe, definitely feels like, we've got to get something out. Because Gen 4 was a little bit
Late.
off schedule. And
Do you think they made extra mythicals for Gen 4 just because of this?
Fiona and Manaphy, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
what other mythicals do we have in Gen 4?
Darkrai, Shaman, and
Darkrai,
Arceus.
Shaman. Yeah, I mean, Shaman was because you have your stereotypically cutesy mythical, don't you? Darkrai, Deoxys don't fit that.
Excuse me.
Before that, we had Jirachi, Celebi, Mew.
Deoxys.
Oh, Deoxys was part of that. Yeah, but generally mythicals are cutesy.
Yeah. This is when
Deoxys
that
doesn't-
trend truly
yeah, this
changed.
is when things kind of split a bit. Okay, yeah, Shaman and Manaphy was the same. Yeah, maybe they made more Pokemon. That would make sense, just to get some more movies out. And obviously there's a manga as well. I've not read the Temple of the Sea manga, but if you do like manga and prefer to absorb the story in a manga way, definitely pick that up. You can get it in...
That is meant to be on
It's
silent.
meant to be on silent. You can get it physically, but you can also get it digitally on like where you can get digital Google Play, Comixology, Amazon, all that. I do really want... I have all the Pokemon Adventures manga, haven't got many of the movie manga, but I like the art style. Like, even at the front of the cover and a few pages I have seen of the manga, like, it's just something about the style of the manga. Yeah, I'll shut up now. Manga's great. Please support Pokemon manga.
IMDb review time.
Oh yeah.
Let me see what I got here. So, with Manaphy and the Temple of the Sea, average is 6.1 out of 10, with one of the
That's
reviews
generous.
reading. Oh, I thought that's quite generous. And one of the user reviews reading. This is not good. Hang on, let me find it. Where's it gone? See all 12 user reviews. 12 user reviews.
No swearing.
Another satisfying, enjoyable Pokemon adventure. Very nice graphics, but the movie is not up to par with the others. The Pokemon movies keep getting better. And my personal favorite, this is one of the worst kids' movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Followed by, what the heck did I just watch? Ugh, this is one of the worst kids' movies I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm dead serious, man. It's worse than Misty's Togepi. It's worse than Wilhelmina's Marill. It's even worse than Ash's Larvitar, and I'm not making this up. I feel deflated, I feel disgusted, and I feel betrayed.
Wow, that's powerful.
There's a number of other
something.
reviews, but I particularly like that last line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But I
can't.
think 6 point is quite high. I would actually rate this very, very low. Of all the films that we've watched on Movie Club so far, I think I'm happy to say this is my least favorite.
Yeah, same. And like, I just they could have done more with it, but
Manaphy is a cool Pokemon, and if they didn't just turn it into a baby and had this heart swapping thing, and they could have had this whole comedy
they could have done
story
this
about,
thing with Heart Swap. They could have done something with that.
Whole comedy about characters whose maybe their personalities all get swapped over, and only Manaphy could fix them, but Manaphy was abducted by the Phantom or something like that because it's a rare Pokemon. Like, you could have just had like such a better film.
Yeah, feels definitely a missed opportunity, the heart swap thing, because why even bring it up if you're not going to do anything with it, really? And like, look, Manaphy's got this new move. But nice references in the dub. Dub actually did something right for once.
And they kept all the background music. Well, almost all the background music.
Which is
doesn't
interesting.
tend to happen
No.
these days.
It's exciting when it does happen.
It is.
Though. Yeah, so overall, Nah. Like, you know, watch it the once to say you have. Don't stress about not having it in your DVD collection. We got a much better film coming up next month. Haven't
The
we?
start of the trilogy.
Yeah, Darkrai will be our next movie club.
Which I'm looking forward to.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I think I have actually only seen it the once as well when I watched it a few years ago, because I watched them all on the run up to I Choose You. I know I had it on DVD, but I don't think I'd ever watched it before. Wow, it is a good film, and definitely better than this one. And we will talk to you about that on August 21st. Yeah, I got the date right. And we'll be back on Twitch. And if you can't join us live on Twitch, it will be on YouTube for your viewing convenience. And you can get Darkrai film, I believe, like everywhere. This is where we start getting to the more accessible Pokemon films. Our good friends Manaphy UK, there is a triple DVD box set, and I also think, and it's not even a box set, it's like just the one thing with the 3 discs in it. And I actually believe Manaphy UK are bringing out some of these films individually as well. If you didn't want them all, like, you can just get one off. I believe that's something I've seen them do recently with a few. So Darkrai might be one of those as well. But even if it's not, you can get the 3-pack for like £7. It's like really,
Isn't it
really
a
cheap.
4-pack?
Darkrai.
Shaymin,
Shaymin.
Arceus, Zoroark. Because that's
No,
Diamond and Pearl.
Zoroark's in the next one.
No, I don't think it is.
Really?
I don't think
Well, it might be a 4-pack, which is even better value for money. But either way,
it is a 4-pack, yeah.
I should know. It's downstairs on the shelf.
Got
I totally going to show us. Cool. Definitely the more
But it is a 4-pack, and it's got Zoroark.
good stuff.
Can't
Good
believe
stuff.
you questioned my Pokemon knowledge.
I'm sorry, Joe. I should know better than
You
that.
should know better
yeah.
than that.
Definitely the more accessible.
We're going
ones.
to have words.
And, you know, from Temple of the Sea as well. Also, manga, they're like all available in manga form pretty much from now on as well. I can't think of any of them that aren't available in manga form. So that's also exciting and another way to consume the story if that is how you'd rather consume it. I think that's everything then.
So,
Stick around if you're watching live on Twitch for the post show, and on YouTube this is where we're going to leave you now. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next month. Bye.
see you later.
Bye.